All right, so there he is, Ezekiel Elliott. Then you got Trent Williams, Le'Veon Bell, Antonio Brown. What do they all have in common? They all said, I'm not playing until I get what I want. Here's Sports Talk.
From WJLA 24/7 News, this is Toyota Sports Talk.
I was definitely really anxious, because I definitely wanted to be here for the start of the season. But I'm happy it got done when it did, and I'm glad I was able to rejoin my teammates and start the season with them.
Hello, and thanks for joining us tonight. It's Toyota Sports Talk. We've got a number of things to talk about, okay? First off, congrats to all the football fans out there. These are good times. The season kicks off tomorrow. It's Green Bay and Chicago, probably the biggest rivalry in pro football. But let's talk about this, okay? Guys are holding out left and right, even though they're under contracts, okay, saying I'm not coming back until I get what I want, and for many different reasons, like AB with the helmet, then you got Trent with the medical staff and all that stuff. But that's not just one topic. Also, Jay Gruden said Darius Geis will carry the load as far as the running back game goes. So being that this is kind of a throwaway year, do you really want him doing too much? And this might not be a throwaway year to you. You might think this is the year and you're happy with Geis. So we want to hear your comments on that. And finally, where are all the Nats fans at? They're not at the game. The Nats are the hottest team in baseball right now, but no one is going to the game. Call us and let's talk about it. The number is 703-387-1020. Back with us tonight, DMV sports journalist Sterling Blount. And before we get started, you were having some serious issues with your fam tonight with this fantasy football thing.
Yeah, we thought everybody was going to come through, make their team so we could draft tonight. Got here early and everything, and people didn't come through. So
I know you rolled up at like 7:30.
Yeah, the draft was at 8. I had to connect to the hotspot and everything.
I did, and then nothing happened.
Moms wasn't too happy about it. So.
I bet. Yeah, I heard. I heard, man. Yeah, shout out to your sister who didn't make a team, man. Anyway, you look good in the teal sweater vest too, by the way.
Thank you.
Keeping it consistent. All right, so our first topic is so Ezekiel Elliott, you got Trent Williams, AB. All these guys are holding out saying, look, I'm not coming back until I get what I want. And sometimes they're leaving money on the table, like last year when Le'Veon Bell set out, the entire season. So, what do you think about this whole trend of guys just saying, hey, I don't care what you say, I don't care what the contract says, I'm not coming back until I get what I want?
With football players, I'm okay with it.
Okay.
And mostly it's because their contracts are not fully guaranteed.
Right.
When you're playing a sport like that, you're putting your body and your health on the line. And they're technically they're really young guys. Like, think about it. You got Brady who's out there, he's 42, and some people still consider 42 young.
Yeah.
So they got the rest of their lives to live, and if they don't feel they have the financial stability or they're getting paid their worth, why not? Think about like me and you are an everyday person. If you feel like you're not getting paid your worth, you look for the next thing to get paid your worth.
Sure,
They're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with it.
And by the way, big ups to Ezekiel Elliott. What is it, 6 years, $90 million?
Yeah, $50 million guaranteed.
So, you know what? And big ups to him. Congrats on securing that bag, man.
Yeah.
So now I guarantee this is going, if the trend hasn't started already, this is going to start an even bigger trend where, especially with running backs, where your career lasts, about 6 years, 7 years on average. So guys are going to be saying, all right, look, man, I don't want to spend these next 3 years making, 5 per year. I'm trying to get like Zeke.
Right.
That's what I want to do. I feel like that trend is going to start hitting real soon.
You look at what Le'Veon Bell did last year, and him following through, I think kind of motivated Zeke for this year. Melvin Gordon still hasn't reported.
Right.
We'll see what happens with that because the Chargers said they're not negotiating anymore.
Wow.
Saquon, he's up to do the same thing Zeke did next year if they follow the same timeline.
I'm anticipating that.
I don't know how that's going to look, especially with them having Daniel Jones. We'll see how soon he starts this year.
That's right.
That's going to be interesting to watch. But another thing, receivers have started to do it too.
Yep.
The difference is the owners are paying the receivers when they started. Michael Thomas and Julio Jones both did it during OTAs earlier this year. They both got paid immediately. So it's going to be interesting to see who does it in the future. Like I said, Saquon is probably the one to watch for next summer.
That'll be interesting, the way that plays out. Let's go to the phone lines. Paul is in Hyattsville. Paul, what's up, man?
Yes, I think Zeke deserved the money that he received because he is the best running back out there that's playing right now. He hasn't been injured. He's been in all the games. His only issue is being off the field during the summertime. But other than that, when he's in the game, I mean, he's a totally different back. He's like a Walter Payton, one of them throwback running backs. Well, I mean, he really can hit the holes real quick. Not only that, he's powerful and strong. So, yes, he deserves his money. But it's going to set the market for, like y'all said, Barkley next year. He's going to probably want more.
I'm telling you.
The running back price is about to go up.
It's setting, Paul, thanks for calling. It's setting the tone. And by the way, shout out to Ezekiel Elliott's offensive line.
Yeah.
That's another reason why he's you know what I'm saying?
I'm glad he brought up the off-the-field stuff, though. I read a report this morning. I got to do some more research to confirm it. I saw something that said if he gets in off-the-field trouble during this contract, he loses the majority of that 50 guaranteed.
Okay.
So like I said, I got to do some research to confirm it, but if I'm Jerry Jones and Steven, I'm definitely putting that in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Given his history.
And that's good. That's great incentive, too.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that incentive. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. I think we have Dennis, who's in Silver Spring. He wants to talk Darius Geis. What's up, Dennis?
Yes. Yeah, how you guys doing? Good evening, gents.
Yeah.
You
your
too,
previous
man.
caller took the question away from me. I was saying, yeah, he got his money. Yes, it's a little off the field. Nothing really too serious, but he just needs to tone it down now that he has his money. Also, I was reading something today where if he was in the NBA or Major League Baseball, I think majority NBA, he would only be the 47th highest paid guy if you really break his contract down and compare it to NBA or baseball player. And one more quick thing, my guys, I'm gonna hang up and listen to your comment. I don't think Geis is gonna be overworked. He's a young guy. He missed let's say his freshman year in football in NFL. So I think, give him the carries. He can catch a little bit. Just use him, man. I mean, see what he does. I'm going to hang up and hear you guys comment. Thanks, guys.
All right, yeah, Dennis, thank you so much for calling. Dennis is right, man. I remember the summer when I saw what Mike Conley, this was like a few years back, okay? And I saw when Mike Conley signed a deal for like $121 million over, what was it, like 4 or 5 years? Something like that.
155.
And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, all right, he's like the highest paid point guard probably in the league right now. This is crazy. And then Bradley Beal came through with the 128. And I'm like, all right, what is happening right now? And it's like a new era. So, I mean, Dennis is right. Ezekiel is chump change when it comes to MLB and NBA.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's a football. That's the CBA. It comes down to their CBA. NBA players, they have their holdout.
Yeah.
And they fought for it. Some people say the owners won with the whole Supermax thing.
Right.
But if you look at what teams are doing, Dame is really the only guy who stayed, or really a prominent guy that stayed for the Supermax. Everyone else, they're chasing the rings over the money.
That's what it is.
So who really won at the end of the day in that one? NFL players have to be willing to sit out, and their CBA is up either next season or the season after. They have to be willing to hold out for that money. Yeah,
they got to put in work too. All right, let's go to break. Mike and Bruce, we'll get to your calls. You guys want to talk Nats. We'll get to your calls after the break. Keep calling, 703-387-1020. We got a few topics that we're talking about tonight. We'll be right back. All right. Welcome back to Toyota Sports Talk. Number is right at the bottom of your screen. We're talking about a number of things NFL players hold now. We're talking about Darius Geis getting most of the carries for the Redskins. And then we got the Nats. Where are all the fans? First of all, a couple of shout-outs before we get into that. Let's shout out your sister, Diamond, okay? Yeah. Get on your sister. She needs to create her team for you guys' family fantasy league. And on top of that, Rochelle, yes, I got on another colored shirt today, and I appreciate the commentary. All right, so let's go back to the phone lines. Let's go to Adisa. Wants to talk. What do you want to talk about? Redskins, right?
Yes.
What's up? What you got to say?
I had a cousin that was on a Redskins team, and I bet you if he was probably on Redskins, then he probably, yes. and he probably would have made the whole Redskins team win.
You think so?
Yes.
What position did he play?
Huh?
What position did he play?
What position did he play? I think he played D-line.
He played D-line? Okay. What was his name? Anthony Cook?
Yes.
Why do I know that name?
The name does sound
That name
familiar.
rings a bell. That name does ring a bell. Adisa, how old are you? Do you think
I am 9.
You 9? Do you think if you played on the Redskins D-line that you would help the whole Redskins team win?
Yes.
Of course you would say that. That's the answer that I was hoping you would tell
help
that.
On the line.
What do you say? Hey, at 9 years old, I hope you're about 6'3", 260, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. He said, yeah. Yeah, okay. Well, Adisa, thank you so much for calling. We appreciate it. And shout out to Anthony, too, if you see him, all right?
Okay.
All right, cool. Let's move on to Mike, who's in Bethesda, wants to talk Nationals. Mike, what's up, man?
Robert, good evening. How are you tonight?
I'm good, man. Can you compliment my man Sterling Sweater Vest before you start?
Let me tell you something right now. First of all, I wanted to say something about that because you know I was going to anyway, Robert.
Right.
You got that pumpkin spice shirt on, which I do like. Sterling, you got your May stuff. You know, you got the spring stuff going, but it's okay because you're a spring type of guy. You hate fall and winter. But Robert loves the new pumpkin spice chicken nuggets at Chick-fil-A.
Hey, wait. Why Mike be trying to
low-key because he knows that they just came out this morning.
Mike be trying to low-key roast us every time he call in. You know what? I love it, though, Mike. I got pumpkin spice right in time because you know the things go crazy.
And you're ready to go. Go to Chick-fil-A when we get off and see what you think of it.
I hope I get a free meal. Yeah, what's up,
11
man?
o'clock when you get off, 11:30.
All right, man.
Okay, listen, let me just say you one thing. I'm saying 4-12. USA was 3-13. With guys might be naked out there with no Trent Williams. I tell you that right now. He's a good runner, but he may get hurt again. Jordan Reed's is questionable. Let me just say, I think that the Bryce Harper syndrome, because of the Nats thing, I think he had 20,000 fans of his own. I believe that's the problem. When he left, he was a big draw. What do you think, Sterling? You tell me. I'll shut up for a minute and let you guys talk.
That's a good point. I
That's
hadn't thought about that.
That's a very good point.
Especially after the All-Star break, with the All-Star break being here last year, him winning the home run derby.
Yep.
They had a higher attendance level with them out of playoff contention last year. And that's a good point.
And right now, with the Nationals, I mean, how many sexy players do you have on that team right now? And I don't mean sexy like, oh my gosh, but you know what I mean.
I think you count Juan Soto.
Okay.
And when you have Strasburger, Scherzer starting.
That's
probably it right there.
But I mean, when Anibal Sanchez is on the mound, do you think people are going to be rushing to Nats
Not
Park
all,
saying,
no.
I want to see Anibal,
right?
Or or even Corbett? I mean, are they running to see? Rendon is an all-star, but I mean, I don't.
He's not a household name.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's not really a household name. And Ryan Zimmerman is the face of the franchise.
Right.
He's been there forever, but he's not a Bryce Harper type of polarizing.
He's just getting back from the injury list.
Exactly. I think the biggest star that you have on the Nats roster right now is, of course, Max Scherzer.
Yeah.
Who but he's only on his third game back. From that back strain.
He's got to get right for the playoffs.
Exactly.
They're going to be in the wild card game.
Yeah.
You imagine he's definitely getting that start. Mm-hmm. He's got to get ready for the end of September.
Yeah. Let's go to Bruce, who's in Wheaton. Bruce, what's up?
Gentlemen, how you doing?
Good. How are you, Bruce?
Okay. The Nationals play 13 weekends at home.
Mm-hmm.
39 games. So that's practically half the year. Metro, over the past few years, has had track work that it has to perform because the railroad was built incorrectly and unsafe. And I'm a former railroad guy.
Why didn't you think about this?
I kind of wish they would be balanced. Doesn't have to have 10 of the 13 weekends that you deny some people a chance to take the rail over to the ballpark, okay? That's where a lot of the attendance decline is going, plus the fact, if the team gets in the playoffs, you're going to have to leave at 11 o'clock because they don't believe in running a mass transit after 11 o'clock. So that affects the Nationals. Now, when I go see the team play, I go to see the Nationals play. I don't go there to see one particular player. If that's the kind of fan I'd have to be, then I'm not a baseball fan. I go see the entire team. I go see the Nationals play.
Good point.
And you know something? Up there in Philly, except for opening day and the fireworks games, and they draw very well with the Nationals and the Mets up there. Okay, and the retirement days they have to have.
Well, Bruce, I mean, Phillies just has a rabid fan base anyway, but thank you so much for calling. We appreciate it, and that was a great point he brought up with the Metro.
I hadn't even thought about that.
That's probably why so many people didn't see that Kurt Suzuki walk-off, because they had to go home. But anyway, 703-387-1020, we're going to go to break. Irvin, Frank, Mike, and Arlington, we're going to get to your calls in this next block. Stay with us. All right, welcome back. Numbers at the bottom of your screen. Bunch of topics tonight. Everything from Darius Geis getting all the carries to NFL players holding out to the decline in attendance at these Nats games. And shout out to the last caller who had a very good point about the Metro. I don't even know why we didn't think about that. All right, let's go to Irvin, who's in Southeast. Irvin, what's up, man? You want to talk Zeke?
Hey, I want to talk Zeke. I want to talk AB. And want to try to talk on Darius Geis and AP right quick.
All right, go ahead, man. By the way, happy belated birthday, too.
Hey, thanks a lot, man.
Yep.
Hey, real quick, Rob, I don't know if you represent the Chicago Bears tonight with that vest, with that suit on and that brown on, which looks sharp, man. I ain't knocking that. And Sterling look like Detroit Lions / metal.
You do. I see a little teal, little Detroit teal.
No. Hey, so I guess it's purple and black, man. In the new season, NFL season, which I'm not knocking,
I know. All right, so what you thinking, Irvin?
Hey, real quick, I'm glad Zeke got his contract, and so he, get this thing on the field, and try to produce, try to help the Cowboys, regardless how this season goes, to get all that drama off. With AP and Darius, I hope they. I mean, even though I'm not a Skins fan, but I still watch them. I'm pulling for them at least to get Darius at least 1,100 yards, and probably AP at 800 if he don't start any, drama depending how the team goes based on not getting enough carries.
Irvin, you know what? I'm with you. I'm a big AP fan, so I hope he still does well. No shade whatsoever to Darius Geis. I'm so excited to see what he can bring to the table, but I'm still big on AP. Irvin, thank you so much for calling, man. We appreciate it. Let's go to Frank, who's in Suitland. Frank, what's up?
Hey, man, I'm going to give a shout-out to my best friend, Mark Taylor, Redskins fans. I think the Redskins are in trouble with the paper line, especially if they don't sign Mr. Williams. And I just don't think that they got enough quarterbacks in the camp the way they beat them up last year.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just Trent has to want to come back. That's the situation, man. He's still under contract, but he just has to want to come back and play for the Redskins. He vowed not to play, until they do something.
And the receivers and the quarterback, man, they in trouble.
Oh, okay. Well, if Trent ain't playing, then yes. Yeah. If Trent's not there, then yes. Okay, I totally understand that. Frank, thanks for calling. We got to get to these other callers. Let's go to Mike, who's in Arlington. Mike, what's up, man?
Hey, man, let's get ready for some football, fellas.
Hey, man, let's do that, man. Let's do that.
It's been too long, man. It's been too long, man. We could talk about the Redskins, Dallas, and that division and everything like that. People are really going to sleep on the Giants this year, man. I'm predicting the Giants are going to have a good season this year.
Ooh,
I really am, man.
I feel like Mike is about to bust out into like a poetry jam.
How many games is it till Eli gets benched?
I'm just saying. I just think they're going to have a good season, man. Redskins has got a little problem with the front line. Yeah. I mean, they need to probably move beyond Trent Williams and try to develop somebody else because it's not looking good as far as the situation is concerned. Dallas is still going to have a problem with their coach as well as the Redskins. And I'm predicting that if the Redskins does not have a good season this year, Mr. Gruden is going to be gone.
Oh, he's gone. He might be, midway through the season.
He might not make it all 16.
Exactly, man. But, I mean.
And like the gentleman was saying, the paper front line, you can't do anything or produce anything with this new sensational running back, AP, or anybody without the front line, man. I mean,
Hey, Mike, like I said, I'm a big AP fan. No shade to Geis. I'm sure he's a bull, all right? I'm sure Geis is a bull, but I mean, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. I'm sure a lot of fans want to see Geis carry the football. They have no problems with that. All right, 703-387-1020. We will be right back with some final thoughts from Sterling Brown Blount.
Oh, no.
I brought it back.
And they're going to put it on when we come back.
I hope they do. I hope they do. All right, welcome back. Some final thoughts here. By the way, have you seen Antonio Brown's? They did. They did. Yes, they did. Yes. Yes, that's your name, man. Accept it. Yeah, accept it.
I'm going to call my parents real quick.
Oh, yeah, I don't want them problems. Yeah. All right, never mind. Never mind, take it down. Anyway, have you seen Antonio Brown's new helmet?
Yes, I saw the helmet on. I watched Hard Knocks last night. That's when I saw it.
Okay.
I kind of like the look of it.
You don't think he looks like the Black Ranger?
No, I like it's kind of new age. I kind of like it.
Okay.
Speaking of him, did you see his Instagram post with his fines today?
No.
They fined him. I got to be quick.
We got to go.
Oh, okay. We'll look at it after.
They fined him a lot of money.
$62,000. He's not happy.
I'll see you next time. No, he ain't happy. He's Antonio Brown.
Yeah.